Welcome to Hockey Whiz Talks podcast. In this podcast, I'll be talking about NHL storylines to watch for post-Olympic break. The 2026 NHL trade deadline passed on March 6, 2026, with 21 trades finalized on deadline day alone and nearly 40 completed over the final week. The Colorado Avalanche and Minnesota Wild are widely regarded as the biggest winners, significantly bolstering their rosters for the postseason. The Colorado Avalanche acquired Nazem Kadri, Nikolai Waugh, and Brett Kulak, significantly bolstering their roster. Minnesota Wild acquired Bobby Brink, Michael McCarron, and Nick Foligno, bolstering their roster depth for the playoff. Brayden Schenn was acquired by the New York Islanders. This acquisition improves their forward depth for the playoffs. Detroit Red Wings added veterans Justin Falk and David Perron. Washington Capitals shocked everyone by dealing away locker room favorites John Carlson and Nick Dowd, indicating that they might be heading towards a retool. The New York Rangers were not able to trade Vincent Trocheck yet due to an excessively high asking price. The Florida Panthers returned from the break chasing a third straight Stanley Cup, a feat not seen in the Cap era. Their margin for error is thin, and every game matters. The Florida Panthers' pursuit of a historic three-peat is currently in jeopardy as they occupy 7th place in the Atlantic Division with a record of 32, 29, and 3 as of March 11th. Unlike previous championship runs where they were aggressive at the trade deadline, the Panthers acted as sellers. GM Bill Zito prioritized future flexibility over blockbuster moves, acknowledging the team's current bottom feeder status in the Atlantic Division hierarchy. If Florida can't string together some win streaks, they might not even be able to make the playoffs. Alex Ovechkin's pursuit of the most unbreakable milestone in hockey continues. Every goal post-Olympic break is a storyline in itself. As of March 11th, Alex Ovechkin has reached 917 career regular season goals. To reach the 1,000-goal plateau in the regular season, Ovechkin will need to score 83 more goals. It's uncertain if Ovi will play in the NHL beyond this season, but Washington's decision to trade John Carlson at the deadline isn't an encouraging sign. Some stars and teams come back from the Olympic break flying, while others hit a wall. Vegas is the early example of a team struggling out of the gate, highlighted by Mark Stone's injury scare and rough restart. Pay close attention to any club with heavy Olympic workloads on top players like Colorado, Florida, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Vegas, and surprise risers who benefited from rest like the New York Islanders, Buffalo Sabres, and Columbus Blue Jackets. And now a word from our sponsor. Check out my scouting blog at hockeywiz777scouting.com. Listen to my scouting blog podcast on podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/hockeywiz777scouting. The Olympics always scramble goalie workloads. Some starters return exhausted, others return red hot. Expect backup goalies to get more starts, contenders evaluating whether they need insurance at the deadline, and Olympic heroes like Elvis Merzlikins might carry momentum back to the NHL. The standings are tight and the break compresses the schedule. Every point is magnified. Watch for teams with brutal travel schedules or back-to-backs, clubs that must decide whether to push or pivot at the deadline, Toronto being a prime example of that as a team under pressure. The Olympic bump has created several tightly contested battles for the final seeds, particularly in the Eastern Conference. There is a complete logjam in the Atlantic Division. The Buffalo Sabres have 86 points and the Tampa Bay Lightning have 82 points, have pulled ahead, but the Montreal Canadiens have 80 points, Detroit Red Wings have 79 points, and the Boston Bruins have 78 points. All three teams are separated by just 2 points from third divisional spot and top wildcard seeds. Below the leading Carolina Hurricanes in the Metropolitan Division are the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Islanders, who both have 79 points apiece. The Columbus Blue Jackets have 76 points, while the Washington Capitals have 71 points. Both are desperately chasing to stay in the race. In the Western Conference, the top seeds are pretty much solidified, but the wild card is not clear yet. The Utah Mammoth have a strong chance at making the playoffs with a 98.9% chance. while the San Jose Sharks have a 71.9% chance, are currently fending off the Seattle Kraken and LA Kings. Players return from the Olympics with more games played, higher intensity minutes, and shorter recovery windows. This often leads to injury spikes, lineup juggling, and unexpected opportunities for depth players. A primary storyline post-Olympic break is the status of elite stars who were injured during the Olympic tournament or immediately upon their return. Players like Sidney Crosby, Mikko Rantanen, Jake Sanderson, Roope Hintz, and Brad Marchand all were injured during the Olympics or shortly after the Olympics and are likely gonna miss extended time post-Olympic break. These absences are actively reshaping division races. Teams often use the break to reset systems, heal up, and reevaluate roles. Expect new line combinations, tactical shifts, especially for struggling teams, and coaches on the hot seat getting one last runway. Check out my hockey blog at hockeywiztalkshockey.blogspot.com. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at hockeywiz777. In my next podcast, I'll be talking about the NHL playoff picture and scoring leaders.